Hey everyone, I'm Abigail, the nerd turns popular turned nerd again. Like and subscribe to hear my crazy story. Growing up, I was all about experiments, numbers, and equations. I rocked math and science competitions like a boss. And of course, that earned me the nerd label. But weirdly enough, I was best friends with the most popular girl in school. Tiffany and I had known each other since we were in diapers because our parents were longtime friends. But then in 5th grade, Tiffany's dad hit the jackpot with a new app he launched, and they became stinkin' rich. She was always kinda bossy, but now she was also being spoiled rotten, and it didn't bring out the best in her. No! I wanted my eggs sunny side down. I hate looking at the yolks. And why are these pancakes fluffy? Haven't you heard the expression flat as a pancake? And where in God's name is the pancake syrup? Tiffany's fashion sense changed too, and now she was all about designer clothes and accessories, which she changed faster than I changed my underwear, and she used her discarded items as bribes for other girls to do her assignments. You're never gonna learn if you never do anything yourself. But I don't need to do anything, so why should I learn? Anyway, I'm going to this fancy charity gala tonight. Something about raising money for some trees or maybe some disease, I don't know. And you're coming with me. The food will be great. Yeah, Tiffany could be obnoxious, but she never dumped me for her cooler friends or asked me to change. She accepted me as I was, and I knew she had my back. Despite our differences, I thought we'd be best friends forever. Then everything changed in the 10th grade when this boy/angel joined our high school. The first time I saw him walking down the hallway, I knew I'd remember this moment forever. The way his hair caught the light, that body so ripped I could see his abs through his shirt. And then suddenly, I felt someone crash into me, and I landed flat on my face.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. I was so lost in unraveling the implications of string theory on multidimensional spacetime that I didn't see you. So sorry.
I looked up at some tall boy with thick glasses, and just then, the Greek god joined us.
What my brother's trying to say is that he's a geeky, clumsy idiot, but he's harmless. I'm Max, and this is Einstein. My parents named me Luke, but I legally got it changed 2 years ago because Einstein's way cooler, obviously.
You're okay, right? How on earth could these two be brothers? But apparently they were. Max was our senior, and Einstein was in my class, and they'd moved in the large house next to mine, which meant I was spending a lot of time in my room with my binoculars. Aha! I knew you had a crush on Einstein. Makes sense, he's totally your type. What? No, he isn't. And I'm looking at, that maid washing the dishes. She's very good. Oh, so you have a crush on Max? He's fine, girl. And you better ask him out before someone else does. Like me. Just kidding. I have a boyfriend, we're in love, blah, blah, blah. Like I even have a shot. Look at Max and look at me. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Are you finally asking me for a makeover? I don't think I said, wait, I thought you said you liked the way I looked. That's a stretch, but yeah, it doesn't bother me. If you want to get a guy like Max, though, we'll need to make some changes. Prepare to be fabulous. That weekend, I had the cliche rom-com transformation by Tiffany, and I had to admit, I looked good. And on Monday, there was a hush as I walked nervously down the school hallway, and everyone was staring at me. Why is everyone staring at me? It's called getting attention. You're welcome. Now remember, confidence is everything. At lunch break, Tiffany told me we were sitting at Max's table, and I had to get the conversation going with him. I was so nervous, my butt was sweating. Hiya!
Are you about to bust out some kung fu moves?
Oh, no. You're so funny. I said hi you, and it came out like hi-ya. Well, I just meant hi.
Okay then. Hi. We've met before, right? My brother crashed into you?
Yep, same girl.
You look different today. Good different.
Well, this was going better than I'd expected for all of 2 minutes. Then Max offered me his broccoli salad. Oh, no, I can't. Did you know that all the restaurants within a 50-mile radius have been banned from serving me broccoli? Yeah, they all have my picture.
Huh?
You see, one day I'd eaten a lot of broccoli at a restaurant, and it gave me really bad gas. And later, as I was leaving, the elevator got stuck. We were there for 40 minutes. And well, my tummy was really hurting, so I had to let it rip. I nearly went to jail because the people in the elevator filed a case of attempted murder. It was a whole thing, yada yada yada. Just then, I caught Tiffany's eye, who was glaring at me.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll see you around. And then he left.
Jeez, had I really been talking about my gas? And even worse, Einstein was just sitting a table away and trying to hide his laughter. After that bad start, things just weren't looking up. Tiffany had successfully inserted us into his group, and even though Max was always polite to me, he remained indifferent. Tiff, I've worn every outfit you gave me. I've cheered at every basketball match he's played. I even went on that awful group hike. And now I need new legs, cause these ones are dead. Look, every girl's been throwing herself at him, and he hasn't asked anyone out yet, so you still have a chance. I have a plan, but I feel like you're not gonna like it. Her grand plan was to get Einstein beaten up by a bunch of bullies. What? Hear me out. Max loves his brother like anything. He even mentioned one day that they changed schools because some bullies were bothering Einstein at the last one. Now, I'll just send some thugs to pretend like they're roughing him up, and then you'll conveniently come and save his butt. You'll be a hero, and Max will think you're amazing. You were right. I don't like this plan. But the next day, when I saw Max paying too much attention to a pretty cheerleader, it made up my mind for me. Tiffany's plan was harmless, right? They were just fake bullies. Tiffany found out that Einstein walked back home every Thursday evening from some computer club, and she would send the bullies after him then. All I had to do was jump in, give them a few fake kicks, and scream the code word pineapples, which was the bullies' cue to run away like little girls. But on the day of our plan, I accidentally took a nap, woke up 10 minutes late, and rushed frantically to the scene. When I got there, I found Einstein pinned against a wall with broken glasses and a smashed laptop on the ground. What are you doing, you stupid bullies? Leave him alone! Coconuts! They all just stared at me, confused. I'll kick you so hard, it'll make your ancestors dizzy. Now run off, you lemons! The bullies just ignored me and weren't backing off. What was the freaking code word? As one of them was about to punch Einstein, I jumped on his back and yelled, "That's enough, you pina colada! I mean pineapples!" The bullies let out the fakest scared screams and went off running. Finally, I turned around to see Einstein hunched over his broken laptop. Oh my god, what happened?
I was just walking back home when those thugs cornered me. I begged them to leave the laptop alone, but they didn't listen.
That's terrible, but at least you're okay.
No, I'm not. It's not just some laptop. This had all my research for a government project I've been working on for months. I'm one of the youngest scientists they've ever hired, and doing well on this meant everything. But now all my work's gone, and I'm so stupid, I don't even have a backup. I'm gonna get fired.
Okay. This was very, very bad. We walked silently back home, and when we reached his gate, he turned to me with a sad smile.
I'm sorry. I didn't even thank you for saving me back there. You're pretty cool, Abigail. I owe you big time.
I wished I could go back in time when Tiffany had suggested her plan and punched her in the face. But before I could talk to her the next day in school, Max pulled me aside.
I can't thank you enough for what you did for Einstein yesterday.
Oh, it's no big deal.
No, it is. Einstein can never fight back for himself, and if you hadn't gotten involved, God knows what those bullies would have done to him. It means everything to me, and I don't think I've ever met a girl as brave as you.
You don't mean that.
Yeah, I do.
And then suddenly, he kissed me. This is what I'd wanted, but now it was kinda ruined. Later that day, I met Tiffany. Why the heck did those guys get so rough with him, Tiffany? They were only supposed to act like bullies. I have no idea. I gave those morons very specific instructions. Don't worry, I won't be paying them a penny, and I'll scold them too. And hey, I know it wasn't the ideal way, but you're dating Max now, girl. That was true. I was dating Max, but Einstein did get fired, and I couldn't shake off the guilt. So I was always trying to make it up to him. Hey, I changed 4 buses to go to the other end of town to get this cheesecake for you. Max said you love cheesecake. You want me to do your math assignment? I'll be doing mine anyway. I can make an extra copy. You just relax. And one night, I was waiting in his room with a burger from his favorite restaurant, and when he walked in, he let out a shrill scream. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Abigail, what are you doing here?
Just got back from a date and got you something.
Why are you doing stuff for me all the time?
Well, you're my boyfriend's brother.
Which makes you being in my room right now even weirder. Look, yeah, I'm bummed out that I lost my job, but it's not your fault. Just stop with the pity.
I'm just checking if you're fine, and I want us to be friends.
Of course we're friends, and I'll be okay. So, how are things between you and Max?
They're great. He's great. He's almost too good to be true, actually. Is there anything you're your brother can't do?
Nope, Max is perfect.
He really was, and soon I discovered that it was exhausting. Max drank kale smoothies for breakfast and ran 5 miles every morning before school. His grades were perfect, and he was part of at least 5 clubs. He had soccer practice every day, and he was still ready to go dancing every evening. He was an adrenaline junkie whose idea for fun things to do on the weekend included cliff diving and bungee jumping. Soon after, his birthday came around, and he was hosting a big party where he wanted to introduce me to his parents. And if it was possible, they looked even more perfect than Max. Suddenly, something totally weird came over me.
Oh, hello! Lovely to finally meet you, although I feel like we're already acquainted. Oh my, you two really have great sets of pearly white teeth. How do you get them so white?
We just brush and floss regularly, dear.
That's neat. And oh, I must say, you guys have done an excellent job raising a perfect son. Really, congratulations. And then I found myself punching his dad's arm, and he yelled as blood appeared on his shirt.
I had a surgery. I think you opened my stitches.
As his parents walked off quickly, Max turned to me.
What is the matter with you? And what's with the Mary Poppins accent?
I'm sorry, they just seemed so elegant. I got really nervous. First time meeting the parents, you know.
But it's not your first time around humans. Just act normal.
Later, as everyone started dancing, I excused myself and sat in a corner. I was sure to make a fool of myself out there.
Psst, Abigail, over here in the study.
I walked into the other room to find Einstein there. Are you wearing a fleece onesie?
Yeah, why?
It's awesome! And wow, soft as a baby's butt.
You looked bored at the party. Want to come see space documentaries and eat Cheetos in my room?
Oh yes! That sounds amazing! And it was. I couldn't remember the last time I'd had this much fun. I found myself skipping Max's plans more frequently and spending time with Einstein. I'd say that I needed his help with homework, but we'd end up chatting for hours about science, discussing complicated math problems and playing video games while eating junk food. And I just started seeing Einstein differently. Wait, was I attracted to him? This was getting confusing. It was getting a little less confusing when my birthday came around and Max gave me a skydiving pass as a birthday present. This guy just didn't get me at all. And when I went home and entered my room, my armchair turned around to reveal Einstein.
Hello, Abigail. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
You didn't.
What's up? I thought as a friend, I should inform you that Tiffany asked me out, and I said yes.
Tiffany, what? She has a boyfriend.
Correction, she had a boyfriend. He dumped her today, and now she wants to make him jealous by acting like she's moved on. That's where I come in. She's made it all very clear.
And you're okay with being used like that?
It's just for a few weeks, and she asked really nicely.
Ugh, classic manipulative Tiffany.
Besides, I'm used to it. I mean, I know I'm just the guy girls date till they find someone better, like my brother, and it's okay. It makes sense.
I suddenly grabbed him by the shoulders. No, stop putting yourself down, Einstein. You're sweet and brilliant, and any girl would be lucky to be with you. Trust me. Suddenly, I realized how close we were.
Oh, well, thank you for that. I'll still keep my word to Tiffany. Also, happy birthday, Abigail. Your present's in the chair.
With that, he left through the window, and I opened the package to find a onesie with equations all over it. It was perfect. And every time I saw Tiffany and Einstein together in school, my blood boiled. I felt mad that she was using him, but even worse, I felt jealous, despite knowing their relationship was fake. One day after school, the 4 of us were at a nearby cafe for milkshakes when suddenly we heard a thief shouting behind us.
I don't want anyone to panic, but I can hurt you, so everybody stay put in their places.
He turned to the terrified cashier and asked her to start stuffing his bag with money. The cafe was getting robbed, and Tiffany started crying like a banshee.
Hey, you, shut up. You're making my migraine worse.
No one talks to me like that. Do you have any idea who my daddy?
Do you want him to kidnap you by telling him who your daddy is? You're such an idiot. As we all sat quietly, Einstein suddenly got up from his seat.
Listen, sir, I come in peace. Can we please talk for a moment? What are you doing? Sit down. What do you want to talk about, boy? Just a few observations I've been making, and I have a hypothesis. What's that? Oh, a hypothesis is a proposed explanation on the basis of... I know what a hypothesis is, you moron. You think I didn't go to school?
Oh my God, we're all gonna die!
Ah, you're asking about my hypothesis. Well, judging by the ring you're wearing, I'm assuming you're married, and you have baby food on your shirt. So I'm guessing you have kids. You seem like a nice family guy, and I'm not sure you want to do this." Suddenly, the man broke down into tears. "My wife's leaving me for someone richer. She says she doesn't love me anymore." Sometimes, people just realize they're with the wrong person and they fall out of love, and it's okay to let them go. "But how can she be so cruel? All those years I loved her, gone to waste." Love is never wasted, even when it isn't returned. Maybe she'll recall the memories you made together fondly one day, and maybe loving her made you a better person.
That is the lamest thing I've ever heard.
"Oh man, that was beautiful. You're right, I don't want to do this." "Sir, is that water dripping from your gun?"
Just then, Max leapt up from his seat and tackled the man to the ground. Soon after, the police arrived and took him away. Einstein, that was so freaking brave. Brave? The man had a water gun. Well, we didn't know that before, did we? Einstein, you were fearless.
Thank you, that means a lot.
I realized just then that Max and Tiffany were looking intently at us, and they did not look pleased. And I decided that night that I was breaking up with Max and coming clean to Einstein. I had to tell him that I liked him more than a friend. But the next day when I went over to their place, I found both brothers in the lounge looking mad.
"I can't believe you would do something so horrible. You hired bullies to beat up Einstein to win brownie points with me?"
What? How did you? No, listen, wait. I never meant.
"And all this time, you've been acting like my friend. When I lost everything because of you, you actually sent people to hurt me?"
No, Einstein, you have to believe me. That was never the plan.
"I'm breaking up with you, Abigail, and I never want to see your face again. Please, just leave."
I felt my heart sink down to my toes, and then I felt a surge of rage. How could Tiffany do this to me? And I went to her place immediately. I didn't do anything. Last afternoon, when Einstein was walking me back home, those stupid bullies came around demanding their full payment. And between now and yesterday, you couldn't even bother to tell me that Einstein knew? I was going to, obviously. I just got caught up with helping Mom decide the centerpieces for our gala. Centerpieces? That's what you were busy with? Tiffany, you know what? You and I are done. What do you mean done? It means that I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Yes, it's my fault too that I agreed to your plan, but it's also because you're bossy and always telling me that you know better. And you don't really care if you're hurting or using people, and I don't like that. I don't like a lot of things about you. As if you're perfect. Do you think if we met in high school, I'd even be friends with you? That's the first honest, sensible thing you've ever said. No, we wouldn't be friends if we met now, so let's stop being friends at all. To my dismay, I soon found out that Max and Einstein were moving out of my neighborhood and our school. I sent back the wardrobe Tiffany had bought me and went back to my old self. It was a bit sad that our friendship was over, but I realized I'd outgrown it. A few months later, I was visiting the newly opened planetarium in town when I saw this guy coming down a hallway. He was tall, with thick glasses, and a childish look of awe on his face, and suddenly he walked straight into a woman.
"Sorry, I'm so sorry. I was just thinking about the mysteries of the— Ow! What is your purse made of? Steel? I said I'm sorry. Okay, have a good day, ma'am."
Just then he spotted me and slowly walked over.
"Hi, I was kinda hoping I'd bump into you here."
Same, although I thought you'd walk away immediately.
Look, I know you didn't mean to hurt me in any way. I know what everyone sees in Max, and I can't blame you for trying to get his attention.
Which was a huge mistake. I was coming over to break up with him that day. I know what everyone sees in him too, but he's all wrong for me.
Do you think we can explore the planetarium together and then get some coffee?
I think I like the sound of that.